All right, now that we know Test View shows the skills and concepts to reinforce, develop, and introduce based on student RIT scores, and that the Class View groups the students based on the skills and concepts they need to develop, and that we can filter the information, how are we going to move the data to instruction? Let's look at this Class View. What do you see? You see the term, Fall 2014. You see the school, the class. You know that it's a 5th grade homeroom. You know that it's reading Common Core. And you see literature, key ideas and details. But what you really see on this particular view is that the students are matched to the learning statements, to the RIT scores. So how do we move that data to instruction? We do it through this data to instruction framework, and this is how it looks. First, we identify the content area. The content area on this class view was reading. The topic and standard was setting. The goal and sub-goal area are step 2. You're going to identify these. They are literature, key ideas, and details. So what happens next? Next, we go back to the class view and we look at the RIT ranges. So what do the RIT ranges tell us in this class view? Exactly. The range for this class is 171 to 230. Then we determine the middle range in this goal. The middle range is 201 to 210, with the grade level mean being 207.1. Then we identify the range of scores above and below that grade level mean. If you look carefully, you have one group that is 171 to 200 and another group that is 211 to 230. Next, we're going to identify the student groupings for this topic and standard. And as you can see, we have more students in the group below the grade level mean than we do above for this particular concept. Now, how does that translate back again to the data to instruction framework? The overall RIT range is 171 to 221. Our mid-range is 201 to 210, and the students who are within that range are listed below. The below range, 171 to 200, and the above score range, 211 to 221 plus. Now we're going to go back to the class view and we're going to look at the specific skills. Now, as we look at these specific skills, down through the continuum here of RIT scores, which particular skill do you see repeated regardless of the RIT range of the group of students? If you said draws conclusions about a setting based on description, you are correct. What we're going to do next is choose learning statements related to a topic or standard for each range. What we're going to do as well is we are going to pick one that is unique to each RIT range. So our mid-range, again, draws conclusions about a setting based on a description, and we're going to choose compares or contrasts setting across literary works. We will do the same for that range that is below the mid-range and that which is above. Now, how can you address learning statements with wide RIT ranges? You're all sitting at your grade level tables. So as a grade level, sit for just a minute and talk about how you address these wide ranges. Now, let's see how that translates back to the framework. Very simply, you're going to input the information. Next, we have to identify activities and strategies to target these skills. That typically will come from the curriculum that you have been assigned. Again, these statements will match very closely with the Common Core standards and curriculum.